beautiful. Hey guys, welcome back. So last episode was a little longer than I expected because definitely had trouble getting into orbit. But now we are making a second pass over our periapsis, and I am thinking we're gonna do another pass around before we start doing this maneuver, because I'm thinking we're going to try and do our best to lower this orbit just passively until this goes to maybe 80 or maybe 80 or 70. Like something like really low to the point where the apoapsis is actually in orbit, but like this is suborbital, and then we'll just use the orbital here to boost this to a well, let's just see how far we can actually take this, because we've been in space for about an hour or so. Mission time. I think that's an hour and 8. Yep. So this is pretty much the longest orbit that we've made over Kerbal, so we're gonna pretty much, I think, try and set a record here on seeing on how many orbits we can make until we deorbit. And for that, I got an idea we can do called fast forwarding. Because seriously, who wants to stay here for 5 hours? It's great. So we're gonna just I've already seen this side of Kerbal before, but I don't want to show it to you guys again. Like, it's pretty lovely when it goes like really fast like this, but when it goes slow, it's kind of like really fucking majestic. Look at that, with the sun behind us and all that. Can we get a crew report? Yes, we can. Keep data. So far, we're collecting a lot of data. Report? Nope. I definitely am confident that we can just easily deorbit with this amount, but I'm not too sure just yet, because I don't want anything to go wrong at the moment, because that's very little fuel just to get home. We can totally like cinch it and just like start landing now, but I think we should take a couple orbits just to see how it goes. Hopefully we get a splashdown. And just to update you, we have not tested this yet, so we definitely have to do that. And I think we're going to do the parachute last after we tested the engine. So definitely we're going to do a splashdown, and we're going to test this, maybe. But we're going to somehow like have to slow down to that speed. We could have done it in orbit, maybe. Or we could have just yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Maybe if we try and like go in rear end first, maybe. Too bad I can't just like live stream this. Just so I can like get hints and stuff like that. Just like try and like float around, try and do stuff. I've actually considered live streaming, but my internet's not that great. Like my upload speed is 256 kilobytes. And usually you need like a connection about like maybe 5 to 10 megabytes. So I'm pretty much under the limit on like on maybe a high quality or just like a standard definition screen. So I'm gonna definitely stick to YouTube for a while until like I can afford better internet. Am I right, Bill? Yeah, he's just nodding away in his helmet. You don't see it, but he's nodding away. He's like, yeah. Can we get another crew report? Nope. Okay. So we're gonna just keep orbiting here. Try and get back out into space. See you guys in about an hour. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. Welcome back, guys. I accidentally left fast forward while we were in orbit, so now we're coming up to our apoapsis here. As you can tell, we're getting a little bit closer. At the same time, our periapsis is slowly dropping. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna have to boost up on the next orbit or so. So we're gonna definitely speed up time, just so I can show you guys the maneuver. Unfortunately, we passed it, so we might have to make a landing pretty soon. By pretty soon, I mean like probably on this orbit. Checking our altitude. Might have to slow down once we get closer to the atmosphere. Slow it down a little bit more. Now we're back in the atmosphere. Can we get a crew report? Nope, that's going to override that crew report. Okay. Now let's just hope this doesn't drop any farther. Because if we drop any farther, we might be seeing some trouble. Because I do want to try and get a water landing, though. And definitely, since we're in a polar orbit, we're traveling around, I think, maybe 3 bodies of water. So we're going to try and get our periapsis down to maybe to one of these. Make a splashdown. Maybe. So far we're doing pretty well on electric charge for a mission that's lasted for about an hour, almost 2 hours. And as you can tell, this is a pretty big ocean here. And we're gonna definitely skim off the atmosphere again. Crew report? Nope, okay. That's cool. But yeah, the reaction wheel's kind of fighting, so I'm gonna just turn it off and let's do it. Let gravity take its course. Let's see what else we gotta do here. So it looks like we dropped from, I think, like a 52 from our previous episode to now like a 40. We're not dropping that much, but we are dropping. Which may be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how fast this thing's dropping. So far we have not actually gone into a full orbit. It's just more like a decaying orbit, but we're just slowly using the decaying orbit to help us reel in our apoapsis, because we don't really have the fuel to really like drop this, so we're pretty much letting physics do its thing, and just like letting it drop. Hopefully we can get this down to an even 300 or 350 on this orbit, because we might have to adjust this a little bit just to keep this going. Flight time's coming up to 1:58. We're doing pretty well. We could have launched like another vehicle by now, but screw it. Screw it, man. We're testing here. Okay, can we fast forward anymore? And we're just peeling off the atmosphere now, and we're definitely dropping this really fast. I think it's just because we're just fast forwarding, yeah. We're definitely dropping a little bit faster now. But we're definitely reeling this thing in pretty fast on this orbit, so we might have to expand this out a little bit. So far we've experienced, or I've experienced, I think 3 sunrises, and right now we're going into our 3 sunset. This is probably what astronauts on the International Space Station feel like. Get maybe 40 minutes of just like daytime and then 40 minutes of nighttime, just because you're traveling really fast. Now we're in space again. Let's see if we can get a crew report now. Crew report? Nope. Can I get Jeb to... not Jeb, but Bill. EVA. And it's just really sketchy that I think this thing's like tumbling. Like just to show you how badly it's tumbling, like let's put it to 100 times, 50 times. It's like, okay, probably not, but like I like just having like his view and then like just going four times. No, it's like, oh yeah, can't have him on the ladder. Okay, like I think you guys saw, like if you just replay it, it was just like he was just like tumbling a little bit there. Makes me a little nervous. So definitely in about 11 minutes, I'm gonna definitely do something to adjust our orbit a little bit. Just a little bit. We're still trying to aim for an orbital, but like we're gonna do it like pretty lazily. Like we're gonna add a little bit, but we're gonna stay in orbit so that it affects the apoapsis. Okay, about 11 minutes, which we'll fast forward to. Mission time is almost at 2:10. 4, 3, 2, and okay, 30 minutes out. Let's try and reorient. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, burn. A little adjustment. There we go. So now, if we cancel this, we should, theoretically, yeah, that's pretty good. So pretty much we're going to orbit this for another, like, 5 hours or so. Let's see how fast we can actually take this. We are definitely going for a time record for being in orbit. Bill's setting records here. Wish it was Jeb though. Well, Jeb is still technically with us. He's definitely in us, in our hearts. I turn SAS off because we definitely need the electric charge. Can we still collect data? Because I kind of want to collect more data. Report. I seriously want to collect more data. So definitely on the next pass we should be around here or here on landing. But we're going to try and aim for a good solid landing in the middle of the ocean. It would be kind of nice if we can just land here. That's, I think, right outside KSP, because KSP is like right there, I think. I wish they had just like a marker right there, just be like KSP. And be kind of like a lawn dart situation where you try and like land right on KSP for extra like money and bonus science or something like that. Because this is technically kind of like darts. It's just like long range darts. Like instead of traveling maybe 5 to 10 meters, you're traveling like thousands and thousands of meters and kilometers, depending on how far you're going. I think we can fast forward a little bit here, because definitely we're just looking at ocean. We're going to just go into this view. It's a nice view, it's just we're just traveling across ocean right now. And Bill seems pretty okay with it. Not as excited as Jeb, but it's good for now. Almost 3 hours in now. And now we're definitely above it. Okay. Crew report. nothing. Get you to go out space. Keep data, board. Okay, we already have that. Board anyway. We'll just dump it. I wish we can just keep collecting signs just over and over again. I think the closer we are to the atmosphere, then like we can definitely travel like way more. But right now, we're just traveling around. Can I just stop this for a second here? Crew port. Okay, nope. EVA data. Still no data. Okay. You know how close we are to the North Pole? I think that's the North Pole. Yeah, that's the North Pole. I think once we get over the grasslands, we're gonna do another EVA here. Just bored. Just wait it out a little bit. Definitely build is definitely making ground here. It's making a lot of ground. Yep, definitely nothing. Okay. Definitely coming in. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's see. And we're coming in to the atmosphere. Time warp 4 times. View. Keep data. Before we get over there, let's try and do a slight EVA on the atmosphere here. Bored anyways. So apparently, once you're in the upper atmosphere, it only counts as the upper atmosphere. It's not like on grassland or ocean or something like that. It's just that's the atmosphere. Okay, I'm cool with that. We're gonna definitely be here for a while. You know what? I'm gonna end the episode off. This one was a pretty boring one. Next time, hopefully, we'll do a water landing. I think we're gonna definitely do a water landing next